by Brian. That's a $3,000 bet from Patrick Antonius and a quick call from Brian Townsend. Jesus not going to play. And Phil Ivey's going to toss in the 3,000. So 3 plays for the turn.
7.
Turn is the 7 of hearts. Now that actually does not change anything. Brian Townsend has 3 pair, and unfortunately in Hold'em you can't have 3 pair.
Exactly.
So he still has 9s and 8s with a 7 kicker. Antonius still in the lead. 3 checks, we're over to the river. River is the 3 of spades.
If the black was even a bit bigger,
Ivey pairs is 3. That's not going to be enough for him. He needed a club or a jack. And unless he folds, Patrick Antonius is going to win this hand.
Ivey's got to know he can't win this bet with this pot with the check.
Phil Ivey extra rough day yesterday. Does he really want to start in the hole the first hand though?
No.
The ace-8's going to take this one down. They've checked it. Patrick Antonius wins the very first pot of the new day.
To get started, one player is made the nominated dealer or button. Then the 2 players to the left post the small and big blinds. These are force bets to get the action started. The big blind is always double the small, but unlike a tournament, the blinds rarely change. However, they are sometimes increased to spice up the action. We start here with $300 and $600. There's also an ante of $100 per player, which must be paid if they want to play in a hand. Once the blinds and antes are posted, everyone is dealt 2 cards. We have a round of betting. Then 3 cards are placed face up on the table, called the flop. These are the community cards for all the players to use. Then we have another round of betting, after which the 4th card, the turn, is placed in the middle. This is followed by some more betting, and the last community card, the river. Then we finish off with a final round of betting. The best 5-card hand takes the money.
Andy the Rock Block with nearly $3 million in tournament winnings. Finished 2nd place in the prestigious $50,000 horse event in the 2006 World Series of Poker. That's Chris Ferguson. He is the only world champion at the table.
600.
He won it in 2000, going heads up against the famous T.J. Cloutier. Pass. Around to Tony G. In the cut-off, he mucks as well. That just leaves Howard Leder on the button before we get to the blinds. Well, it's a button raise from Howard. Queen 6 of hearts. Not betting the strength of his own hand, of course. Just betting that the blinds aren't likely to have too much. Alan knows that, so he's re-raising with...
Put your cards on the glass, please. On the screen.
Well, I already put it there for a while.
Well, we haven't seen the cards yet, but it really doesn't make a difference what cards he has. He knows, and here it is 9-8 of spades, he knows that Howard Leder is raised. It's probably a positional raise.
Exactly.
And sure enough, Alan Cunningham steals it. And it's just, Alan Cunningham, the 2005 World Series Poker Player of the Year, his instincts are phenomenal. He just doesn't seem to make a wrong step.
Yeah, we noticed in the previous day's play, he never really got a hand in the early stages, but still managed to keep himself around the 100,000 mark just by picking the right spot like that, where he spots the sort of opportunity where he can pick up a pot without too much risk. Phil Ivey, obviously more of a gambler than Alan Cunningham.
Yeah, he's got a few more feathers in his bow, Phil Ivey. Some of them backfire, unfortunately, and that's what happened yesterday. Here's one of those feathers.
2,000.
The 2,000 first position raise with 4-5 of spades.
Cool.
Ooh, black call from Brian Townsend with pocket 9s. Obviously respecting the first position raise. He wants to see a flop.
2,000.
Or hoping to catch a 9 and really cripple Phil Ivey. Small blind, Queen 10, big blind, King 10. The only problem with smooth calling with pocket 9s is if the flop comes out 7 high. How do you know if they're good? How do you know it's not raising with jacks or queens?
Yeah, we saw pocket 9s were a very dangerous and costly hand for Chris Ferguson yesterday.
6, 4, 10.
One overcard to the 9s, and it's been hit by Chris.
Check.
Bottom pair for Phil.
5,000.
Brian Townsend, he's played the 9 slowly pre-flop. Difficult for him to know where he's at right now.
Might be an opportunity for him to find out. Maybe make it 14, 15,000. But no,
5,000 calls.
just a flat call. That means he'll probably keep Chris Ferguson in the pot.
Now with 2 diamonds out there, and a possible straight draw out there, does Ferguson raise here?
Well, we're about to find out. Looks like a deep reach. Yep, that looks like a raise to me.
Raise 15,000 more.
And that's not a raise from just anybody. It's the raise from the 2000 world champion, Chris Ferguson, very tight player. You can see the percentages. Chris Ferguson well in hand there. Still alive, he's going to pass. And it is over to Brian Townsend. And he is in really bad shape, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before he pushes his cards across the line. That's what he does. That's going to be a nice pot for Chris. The check on the flop got him an extra 10,000 maybe.